Well, today let's get into chapter 10. Let's talk about money and relationships. Money does affect our relationships, and our relationships affect our money. In fact, as I talk about money and relationships today, let's think about this. You may have somebody that as I adjust myself a little bit here, you may know somebody that I don't know, you hang out with and you already know their money personality. Here's what I mean. Maybe they're always asking to borrow $1 or $2. Maybe they're always offering to buy you something. Or maybe they just never have any money. So um, you already know how people relate with money. Okay. And you understand their money personality. Okay. Uh, but by the way, you are reflecting your money personality when you're around others. So people have an idea about you and your money personality. So what do they think about you? Anyway, it's just an interesting topic. So in this chapter, we want you to understand your personality a lot better. Now let's understand, men and women are going to be different. Men love facts. Women more about feelings. Now, I'm not saying women don't care about facts and men never care about feelings, but by and large, that's where we gravitate to. Men gravitate to facts, women gravitate to feelings. All right. So, there at the bottom of the page, the flow of money in a family represents the value system under which that family operates. Now, every family has a value system. Some families like to eat together all the time for dinner, others don't. Some like to take vacations together, some don't. And families have money personalities. All right, I mean, and that's how it's going. That's how it is, and we value certain things. Okay, now when it comes to an emergency fund savings, men are like that's just not very sophisticated enough. All we do is put money into the money market. That's our emergency fund. That's it. Yeah, that's it. No bells and whistles, just a savings account, really. Women, it's the most important key to the financial plan because they like to know that there is an emergency fund if something happens. It's an element of security. All right, shopping. I don't know how you shop. Men like to look for deals and they like to negotiate. Now I know if you go to Lowe's, I mean you don't really negotiate there. But if you go, say, buy something off Craigslist, you negotiate. But they like to win. I mean, guys like to, well, I got a good deal. Nobody ever says, oh, I got a bad deal. Okay, so it's always a good deal, always. Women like to get good deals by hunting. In other words, they'll hunt for 6 months to find just the right sweater or whatever they're looking for. Okay, now my wife actually likes to do both. She loves to negotiate and she loves to shop. My wife, she'll want something and she might not get it for 8 months because she hasn't found it yet. Exactly what she wanted. She's got to hunt for it. All right. Now, when it comes to financial problems, men lose self-esteem because the money is their scorecard. All right. And listen, I know some guys, it's their car. That's their scorecard. If they're driving a nice car, that's their scorecard. Okay. It's a value thing too. And if they don't have any money, they start feeling less of themselves. All right. So affects their self-esteem. Women experience fear and even downright terror. Terror. Scared. Can't sleep at night. And when money problems arise, and with women, money usually represents security. And a wife's number one need is security. So I wish it wasn't like that, but it is. And in the American society, money is where it's at. Now, I've been in third world countries. I lived in Kenya for several months. So if I had known at the time, I would have asked some of the African women. I spent a lot of time out in the bush country where they didn't have anything, just a mud hut, some chickens running around, and that was it. There were really no possessions, no money, but seemed very content. All right. So once again, I don't know. I wish I had asked it over there what it was like, but at any rate, all right. So that security is a big thing. Now, when it comes to marriage and money are huge. But here's what I know. Opposites attract. So you're going to start dating. You will probably date somebody who is opposite you in some areas. Now, your personalities may differ. What I mean is one may be more introverted, one may be extroverted. Did I get that right? Extrovert versus introvert. Some may love routine jobs, and the other person may not like routine jobs. I never did like routine jobs. You do the same thing every day, same thing, like clockwork. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that kind of a job. I have to have more variety. All right, so we're just different. And for instance, my wife and I, she likes to go to bed later than I do. And she likes to get up later than I do. All right, so one's an early to bed, me, and I'm an early riser. Okay, she's not. All right, we're different. She likes it warmer in the house than I do. Hey, we travel. I like to turn on the air conditioning. She has a blanket on her side of the vehicle because she doesn't like to freeze. Okay, so we're just different. It's the way it is. My wife's organized. I'm not. Okay, I'm not. Okay, not the way she is. Very much in the details. I'm not. I'm more of the big picture guy. All right, now, this is where the rubber meets the road. Then you get married. And guess what? You look at money differently. And this is where the fights start. In fact, they say the number one cause of divorce in America is money fights. Now think about that. We could eliminate a lot of divorces if we could just get a financial plan together, get a budget together, agree on it, eliminate a lot of fights. But when you agree on the spending, you're also agreeing on the value system, right? I mentioned earlier, some families value family dinners, some families value vacations, whatever it might be. Where the money goes, that's what you value. All right. Now, the nerd likes doing the budget because it gives them control. Well, here's the problem with that. Sometimes you can go overboard. Okay, a strength can turn into a weakness. And so I had a friend, and he came by my house a while back. This is a long time ago. It's like several years. And he said, Mike, my wife and I were having financial fights. Here was the deal. His wife worked. She had a fairly good job, but he controlled the money. And boy, I mean, and he was kind of like, he got his MBA in finance. So, I mean, he was a stickler. Well, she wanted a little bit of money. Well, like $5, $10 a week just to spend. And listen, they had some money, okay? They weren't broke. He didn't want to give her any money. Well, it caused a lot of dissension in the household. I said, Chris, you need to lighten up. Give her some money. What's the big deal? You got to lighten up a little bit. Anyway, eventually they did divorce. But, why fight over money? And sometimes you can go overboard. Now, I understand in the next blank, the free spirit then feels controlled. And in this particular case, the wife felt controlled, didn't feel cared for. And so it just didn't help the marriage at all. So just be aware of that opposites attract, but then after marriage, opposites may, I didn't say that they have to, but they may attack because the differences become accentuated once you get married. I mean, look, when you're dating, you put your best foot forward, nobody sees this, that, and the other, and so, but when you're married, it's like kind of like, oh, that's how it is. Yeah, that's how it is. All right. But bottom line is communication is the key. And that's where the budget comes in that we'll talk about in the next video.